Hey there, friends. Welcome back. Well, sorry about the interruption. That was my boss calling, and I needed to take the call. And I didn't realize that I couldn't just pause my video; that it would just end it. Wow. Okay, I'm learning how to do this, right? So thank you for hanging in there with me. So what was I talking about? Oh, restrained dependent tongue and blowing up, and how I refuse to feel like I'm the only one who feels this way about certain things, right? But also, what I've learned is that through consequences, right? Because not everybody's in the program, folks. Not everybody's in recovery. Not everybody's gonna put up with my stuff. Not everybody's gonna put up with your stuff. And it's like 1, 2, 3, you're out. These people, they got lives to live, and they can't be bogged down by other people's crap, right? So, where I have kind of failed is I failed to trust people. I guess I'll put it like that. I have failed to be able to trust people with my information. I trust you guys with everything. 5 of y'all, 6 maybe now. But like the people I work with, of course I don't tell everybody I'm in the program. That's not okay. That's not okay, folks. Anonymity is there for a reason. I only tell the people that I really like. We're tight, right? And even then, it's I'm very careful who I tell. But what about that other information? Like, to be able to say, "You look, something happened today," and I'm just kind of not cool with it, right? Like, this is what happened, and this is what I felt, and I appreciate it if you just don't do that anymore. Like, I don't want to tell my boss that. I don't want to tell nobody that, because I'm scared. I'm scared that they're gonna look at me and be like, "Man, Chris, you're too weak, man. You're not good. You're not the one for this job." And I don't know, maybe I'm not, but God, if I'm not, then why do I want it so hard? I always ask God that. I say, God, if that's not the job for me, then just get it out of my mind. I don't even want it if it's not for me. If that's not the girl for me, that the lady for me, then get her out of my head, because I don't want her if she's not the one for me. Because sometimes this stuff is like, I've never wanted to be such a grown-up about my life like I want lately. And even then, and maybe that's why I'm taking things so hard, because I've never been a grown-up before. And I don't know how grown-ups handle failure or rejection or a no or a not now or a maybe. I'm totally paralyzed. I've been single for a long time now because I'm scared of rejection and failure and all that stuff. But I'm working on it. I'm learning how to maneuver myself around that stuff in a way that's healthy for everybody involved. And I haven't done a good job lately, but that is my intention. That is my full-blown, that is my objective, is to be able to handle life like an adult. This is the first time I've ever tried to be an adult about anything. And I always joke that because I'm not that tall. I'm 5'4". I'm not that tall. I'm real short. And I always joke that, in middle school, I was the tallest person in my class. I was the point guard. I was the post. I was a basketball player. I was really good, but I was tall. I was taller than all the rest of the kids. But then something happened between the 8th grade and the 9th grade, that when I went to high school, I was the shortest guy on the basketball team. So I never made it to varsity. I was always on the junior varsity, right? But I was short, and the only person that ever made it to varsity in her freshman year was really, really tall. Was she good? Yeah, she was good. Because just because you're tall doesn't mean you can handle the ball, right? But this girl was good, and she was tall, and so I was thinking about my mind, my underdeveloped mind, that I feel like it's a little underdeveloped. Is it more developed than when I got into recovery? Yes, but is it still underdeveloped for my age? Probably. Some people would say that. Um, so, so, um, so the other day I was thinking, I was like, man, when when I was in elementary school, I was really, really smart, like so smart. And back then they had these exit tests, right? Where you would take them and you would exit one grade and you go to the next one. Um, not beforehand, right? Everybody would take them together at the end of the year. We all get together and we take this test, the STAR or something like that. Is it the STAR? No, I don't know. Anyway, there was this test. Uh, it was before a lot of the stuff that's happening now, and it was an exit test, and they would test you, and then they take you to the next grade. They would promote you to the next grade, right? And back then they didn't have these rules where you could only miss 7 days of school. They didn't even have no pass, no play or nothing like that. I mean, this is a while back, right? And so I wouldn't go to school a lot. My family dynamics was very different, I think, or maybe the same. But I stayed home a lot. But I would pass every test. One time they came to our house and they knocked on the door and they said, Miss Alejo, Miss Cruz. I don't think she was Alejo yet. She might have been. I'm not sure. So they come and knock on the door asking for my mom, and they're like, Chris he's missed 66 days of school this year. What is going on? He needs to be in school. And she went on to tell them, not everything, of course. We'd all be in jail right now if she told them what we were doing, what was happening. Now, what we were doing, what was happening, right? And so anyway, she said, one thing she said, she's like, he passed all his tests. What's the problem here? And he said, well, we need him to be in school. It's important for him to get a good meal, get a good education. He goes on to the statistics, right? That it shows that people who stay in school make more money, live a better life. I understand that now. I didn't get it back then. I was like, swing. So by the 4th or 5th grade, I mean, people were like, this dude is smart, man. I got this because he must be a genius. Even my mom said, I think you're a genius because you never go to school and you pass all the tests, like with 100. So where was I learning all that stuff, right? That's what nobody could understand. I don't even know where I learned that stuff. I just know that I used to love school. Man, oh my God, I love school. So I think that's kind of what made me just retain a lot of information. Was I was young, I was not doing drugs, and I used to love school, right? So I was really, really smart at some point, and some people would even go on to say even more mature for my age. That I was always more mature for my age. Started working at 14, did really good grades, got a lot of awards. But when I started drinking and drugging, that stopped. And they had told me that when I first got here, that my brain stops to develop as soon as I start drinking and drugging, and I, addictively, and I hit it hard. I never drank normal, never ever. I always drank it alcoholically, always, from the first drink to my last drink, alcoholically. And they said that's when it slowed down the development of my brain. So I came in at 27 years old, 14-year-old brain. And so that was 20 years ago. So 14 plus 20 is 34. And even for a 34-year-old, I'm underdeveloped because I didn't learn everything that I should have learned, that I could have learned, right? I don't know about should have, but there was a possibility I could have learned other things as far as, being a grown-up. I know I had to take care of family. So I'm not divorced like I am now. I'm divorced. And, or single. I'm single too. Anyway, so somewhere that happened, and now that I'm almost 50 and I have this brain of I feel like a teenager sometimes inside, because I love to joke around, I like to have fun, but also because I can't comprehend a lot of things that I see my coworkers easily doing. You know, my coworkers, they're younger than me, and they're not necessarily smarter, but man, the way they handle stuff, it's just like, whoa. It just blows my mind. Like, I really enjoy working besides them, because they have taught me how to be a grown-up. They have taught me how to you know, or teaching me. I mean, they can't fully teach me, but I can learn something by watching them. But I only watch their actions. I don't know how they feel inside. Because when I feel a certain way, it costs me so much effort to act gracefully like them. It takes a lot. And I'm reading this, and even though I'm getting better, even though I'm moving forward from the pains of my daily living these past couple of weeks, to see the words humility and obedience, it like feels like a knot in my chest. I guess I'm not as humble as I thought I was. I guess I'm not as obedient as I thought I was. I've been praying though. I've been praying a lot, folks. One thing I'm learning is that "47 years of being like this, it's not gonna change overnight. I need to give myself time. I need to be patient with myself. I need to be loving of myself, compassionate with myself, graceful with myself, understanding with myself. And I need to make a choice. Do I want to get better? Do I want to stay the same? There's a part in the big book that says, this is where we differentiate the men from the boys. That goes for the girls and the women. Same for the girls and the women. Do you want to stay the same, or do you want to be different? Chris, do you want to stay a kid, or do you want to grow up? What do you want to do? Choice is mine. I could stay childish forever, and I've had chances I'll never get what I want. And there's nothing wrong with being fun, playing and loving and stuff like that. I love to have fun. I love to joke around. But I'm talking about childish, caprichos, these little things that if I don't get what I want, you know, like that kid crying at the store because his mom won't buy him a candy or a toy or something. That's me. That's me. And I could stay that way forever. As a matter of fact, ain't nobody asking me to change right now. Or I could be different. I could grow up. I could accept a no with grace and understanding. And then go get a job and buy myself. That's what I did. When I was 14 years old, I love my mom, man. She used to work so hard for us, you know, single parent. If the economy was anything like it is right now, when I was a kid, man, it must have been hard for her. Having 2 jobs, having to raise 2 children, take them to school, clothe them, feed them, bathe them. I mean, babysitters, that must have been kind of rough. And, you know, so at 14, I said, I'm going to get myself a job. And I started working because I wanted the nice shoes. Man, I love shoes. I wanted the nice shoes. I wanted the good clothing. I wanted to be able to buy food when I was hungry. I mean, we'd go days with just eating eggs, and not a lot of eggs, only one egg to preserve, right? And toast if we were lucky, tortillas sometimes when my mom would stay home, but mostly just eggs, So I got a job and I started working, and I started helping out. I started buying my own stuff. It was good, and I'm not sure where I was going with that, but I have a choice today. I have a choice. Folks, if you're out there and you're feeling stuck, you're feeling like you ain't got a choice, I'm here to tell you, yes, you do. You have a choice. You have a choice. It's okay. Maybe you don't have a lot of humility right now. Maybe you don't want to be a vegan. Maybe you're pissed off. Maybe you're still stuck in it. Maybe you're still cussing. When you're able, ready, and willing to make these decisions that it's going to change your life, they're always available. These choices are always available to you. Show some humility, some understanding, some compassion, some thought. Maybe you're saying, well, Chris, I don't know how to get that. I don't even know how to do that. Guess what? Me neither. I don't always know how to think it. Or do it. I pray for it. But God, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. Help me to fix it if I can. Show me what to do. But for me to continue to stay stuck thinking that I know everything just because they told me I was smart in the kindergarten, that's crazy. And that actually, they talk about that in the big book. Our knowledge. We could know everything in the world. We could know all the passages. I could even tell you, if I knew what page I was on, I would tell you. But even if I did, it wouldn't change the fact that I can still be not well. That I could still act not well. Oh my God, I gotta fix this. It's bugging me. Anyway, so I could still do things that are not okay. The choice is mine. The choice is completely, totally, all the way mine. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful that I have the choice. I'm grateful that I could pray for things when I don't have them. I'm grateful that when I humble myself to pray for them, because I don't have them, there might be a chance I'm going to get it. There is a chance I'm going to get it. I'm getting it right now, just talking to you. Just talking with y'all. I'm getting it. I'm getting that little piece of that humility to be like, God, man, I screwed up. Some things we'll never be able to fix, folks, that are in the past. But we can't choose to be different in the future. We can choose to be different. I want to be different. I want to be so different. Not all the way. Don't get me wrong. I love Chris. Chris has come a long way, man. I am not the person I was when I got here. But there's some stuff still in there creeping to the top that needs to be worked on. I always think of like my journey, like the little Pez. I don't know. I think I've done this scenario before. I don't have a Pez. I do have a Pez, but it doesn't have any candy. I ate it all. So, and I bought it mostly just for this illustration that a little Pez, you pick up the neck and and the little candy comes out, right? You pick up the neck, the candy, pick up the neck, the little candy shoots out. And And sometimes they're all different colors. Sometimes you got pink, 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 purple, blue, orange. They're all different colors, right? And you don't know what color you're going to get next. So I could be like, ooh, this is good. Life is good. Life is good. Life is good. And then you open it and you get the purple pass. And in real life, a purple pass could be like an old lover coming back into your life. It could be like infidelity in the marriage. It could be job change, job loss. It could be financial burden. It could be a lot of things. And then that's when I am provoked to work, or, to fight or flight, right? And the choice is mine, to do the work or to not do the work. And to not do the work has never really turned out good for me. So the choice is ours. The choice is yours. You do have it. It hasn't been taken away from you. You could be on probation. You could be on parole. You could be on house arrest. You could be, somewhere where you feel far from your dreams and your hopes and your family. But you do have a choice. That's one thing that only you take away from yourself. That's one thing only I take away from myself, is the choice. The choice to be different, the choice to stay the same, the choice to go to school, the choice to not go to school. It's all my choice. And folks, you know what's good for you. More than, maybe you don't know. Sometimes I don't even know what's good for me, right? But the choice is yours. And if you take it, take it. And if it was wrong, then it was wrong. Don't be so hard on yourself. And if it was right, then heck yeah. Failure is part of success. I hate that saying, but it's true. It's true. And success is not always what we think it is. Neither is humility. But success, to some people, I've watched people talk and they're like, success to me is just bringing money home so my wife could feed my children every single day. That I could watch them grow up in a decent home and go to college and marry them. That's success, is that to some people. To other people, success is climbing that ladder, being the CEO of the most powerful company in the whole United States. And that's their success. I'm a little bit of both. I want to have both. I don't want to be the CEO of the post office, but I would like to have a good, management position and be able to have enough to bring, money home to my family. Hopefully I'll have one soon, or have one at some point. But if not, be able to house my babies in the best spa, my Kimberly, my Aaron, my dogs. Or just because that's what, those are just some of my dreams, right? To have so much money that I can't spend it all. And so far it's true. I'm not a millionaire, and I don't have a lot of money. Sometimes I got to take out a loan, but lately it's just shown up. So I'm really grateful to have that in my life. I'm grateful to have a program that works. I'm grateful that I made it here when I did. I'm grateful that I still do have a job. I'm grateful that instead of laying in bed today thinking that I'm better off dead, that I got up and I took a shower, and I may be off today, but I'm still waiting for the call. I thought that was the call earlier. Well, that was a call to tell me that I might be off, which I'm not horribly torn up about it like I was yesterday. But I'm gonna try to go make the best of it. Maybe hang out with some friends, go have some breakfast, work a little bit. I have some side jobs that I like to do. Yesterday I played what I did yesterday? I played my guitar. That was so much fun. I played my guitar. I always wanted to play my mom the happy birthday song, but I didn't know she was gonna die. It was one of those deaths. It was expected but unexpected. Like when you live a life the way my mom was living at the end, you kind of, every phone call you get is like, man, is this going to be the call? And it never was. And, you know, she went to hospital a lot of times and she always came out. And this time, you know, you get the call and she doesn't come out. And it felt sudden. So, these emotions. You know what? I think I'd be a whole different person if I wouldn't cry over the death of my mom. I'm really proud to be able to cry about that today, because I love my mom. So anyway, I better get to doing something, like living my life, and hopefully you're out there doing something too, to live your life, like really live your life, not just survive, but live, you know, a really good life. So those are where my efforts are going today, emotionally, spiritually, physically, to have a good life, you know, eating well, working on the insides, working on the outsides, talking to people, hanging out with people. God, my life is good. And I'm so grateful that I get to share that with you folks. This is gonna be a 2-part video, because I didn't realize that the pause was actually stopped. And then I felt like I could just pause it and come back to it, but that's not how it works here, that I know of. Maybe I'm not doing it right, but for now, this is gonna be a 2-parter. So thank you so much, and I appreciate your time. I hope you have the most wonderful, the most amazing, the most badass day. And if you mess up today, that's okay. I'm right there with you, okay? I'm right there with you. I mess up every day too. But I don't give up and I don't drink, because that would mean death for me. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day.